So this video focused on D365 project management or project management and accounting module. We're going to look at resource allocation and how you assign a team and a resource to a project. So we have a project here called BR6, and you'll see underneath that we've got on the project a scheduling area, and we've got 56 hours of planned effort. The planned effort comes from the work breakdown structure, which we can see here. And you'll see under here that we've got a role ID against each of these categories. So we've got a category of service, category of expense, which we can use for costing and pricing and so on. And then on the right hand side, we've got role IDs as well. So roles are used for the resourcing side of things. So, and at the moment we haven't resourced this project at all, but we do have a requirement for 56 hours. And we also have some dates in here from the work breakdown structure and the scheduling that we've put in place here and the predecessors. So, and some task durations. So in order to do the resourcing, we can actually do an automatic resource team generation from the work breakdown structure itself. So I'm going to do that now. And it says one architect, one PM, one QA, planned resources will be assigned. Do you want to proceed? Yes. So what it's done is it's generated a default team to populate this project and resource this project. And when I go back and close the window, now we'll see that we've got some booked hours against these roles and some assign hours. Now these are, if you like, dummy roles. So actually what we will do is go and assign particular individuals or resources, project resources, to actually fulfill these bookings that we need. And to do that, we go into a function called fulfill resource. And here you'll see on the left-hand side, we've got a list of the roles that we need. So we've got a QA and the date, in this case, and an architect and a project manager. And when we click on QA, you'll see down below, and I can expand this out, a list of resources, potential people who could fulfill this role. And we've got a filter on here that says only show resources with the required role. If I take that off, then I'm going to see all my project resources. So it does give me the flexibility to book someone who doesn't necessarily have this role. It's worth pointing out that you can have multiple roles against a person, a resource. So if you've set it up to do so, then that does help just sort of select the right roles as you're using this tool. You can also see the status here, whether somebody's available or not, and the grayed out areas are our working time calendar settings. So we've set the working time calendar for all these resources actually to be not available on Saturdays and Sundays, but obviously you can change this, and actually the working time calendar is set. There's a default one on projects, but actually different people can have different working time calendars and also different timesheet setup. Okay, so we've got here, as it happens, Morris is available on the 7th, as we can see. If there are any bookings, we would see the detail underneath, but there aren't, so that's fine. So I'm going to just select Morris as the person that we want for this, and we're going to do a fulfill. And now it says plan resource QA1 has been successfully filled. Excellent. Now we need to find an architect, and luckily Alex is available, so we will fulfill him as well. And then under project management, we've got a wider selection of people, and we can go and type a name and go and search for people in here if we want to. If we want to go down through a list, we can just go. You can see a lot of unavailability here because these people aren't set to be available on any day. Nick is available and is a PM, so we can book him for this one. Let's do that. And if we go fulfill planned request, then that will be the last request that we need to fulfill on the sheet. And if we go back to our project now, we can actually see the booking details of who we've got and when. And you'll actually see, if I go to Morris's line here, what he's currently booked on. So from here I could cancel the reservations actually if I want to change my mind. Confirming hours, if you use a soft booking, you can sort of soft allocate people and then turn it into a hard booking, and that's what confirm hours would do. Sometimes some organizations want to be able to potentially allocate a resource, but not commit them until later on in the planning cycle. So that's what the soft allocation is allowed to gives you. And you'll also see some colors up here as well. So as I say, gray unavailable. Soft book is requested. There is also a resource requesting process. So you can request resources for a project if you have people who if you have a resource manager and you're doing your allocation more centrally, then there is a request process and a workflow where people can request a resource and then have the resource manager actually allocate them or confirm the allocation anyway. Reserved is dark blue, obviously, and if they're partially available, some of that time was available, they would be you get this hatched color here as well. So that's how resource allocation works, and you can view this calendar across multiple periods. You can look at it across days, weeks, months, and so on. You can see whether to display the remaining capacity or not, and also availability descriptions. So it's quite easy to use from a sort of resource management perspective. Okay, that's the end of the resource booking schedule on projects. Thank you.